What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. In this video, we're going to look at the buys and sells of this week that I'm watching. Hopefully, everyone had a great Easter. Markets back open after being closed on Friday. So we got a regular week, and let's see what's going on. So first off, we're going to look at the overall SPY, right? The general market. Looks like we've been pulling back, but we're kind of hopefully reaching a bottom here, and we'll come back up soon. There's no telling, but so that's the SPY. As far as the NASDAQ, very similar. Looks like it could be curling upwards. We're having a almost break even, a little bit better than break even day for both the NASDAQ and the SPY. The Russell, always a little bit behind, seems to be in the same general pattern. The VIX looks like it's down so far today, which is a good thing. Hopefully, we're starting to move back down towards this $20 range. That's kind of the range that we look for stability. But let's look at some of the stocks that I'm watching here. AMD would be a major buy in my opinion. We continue to fall, but it looks like we could be curling back if you look as far as the MACD. The RSI looks very good. This is a long-term company. They do semiconductors, and you can see how far they've fallen. They're at a great range here. We haven't seen these prices since back in July of last year. So I think for AMD, this is a good time to buy. Block, again, continues to drop, and we're hopefully trying to find a bottom here. We're at the very bottom. You can see it's hit this data point, this $29 range, many times, and it's bounced back up. So we're looking for another bounce around here. Block is a ETF for blockchain. So I think that long-term, this will do very well. We've seen it back in its hype days of 65, and we're at 30 right now. So there is potential. Now, this is one Caterpillar. I think that this one is a little overextended. If you do have a large position in Cat, you might want to consider taking profits based off the RSI. We're a little bit overbought right now, and we're starting to climb up. So if we're already overbought and it's going to go higher, you might want to watch that. Next one up here is Coinbase. Coinbase, I think, would be a buy. And when I say buy, this is not financial advice. This is only financial opinion, telling you what I'm seeing and what I could be doing. I have more of a long-term outlook. I'm looking years in the future. So if you're a day trader or a swing trader, that's not necessarily what I'm telling you is not, an alert to go buy. So just take that take everything I say as well as what anyone says with a grain of salt. But these prices look like they're pretty good. Again, we're seeing the same pattern. We're kind of consolidating. We're looking pretty good on the RSI. These prices are at the lowest that we've seen in a long time, right? So we've reached down this level. Hopefully we use it as support. Obviously, Coin, it's a lot with cryptocurrency and makes all its money on cryptocurrency. So I think long-term, that's a good bet. CRM, we've had highs of 300 something over here, and we're down at 185. Again, very, very oversold on the RSI. We're getting close to that point. Trying to find a bottom. This is a good price here. We've seen it hit here back in February, but it continues to go down. But I think this CRM is kind of looking good. Next up is Dollar General. Looks a little bit like Caterpillar, right? So we're getting overextended here. RSI is very overbought. It looks like it could continue to climb, but just if you have profits, just be aware, right? We're at 250 and we were at lows of 185 only back at the end of February. So let's be careful if you have a large position in Dollar General. Next up here is Disney. This would be considered a buy for me. Trending downwards. We're at the lowest we've been in a long time here. So I think if you're looking long term, this might be a good bet. It could go lower, but I kind of like it at these levels. Obviously, we know Disney's not going anywhere. Next up is Google. Google's at a very good spot here as well if you're looking long term. See, we were going through this kind of channel here. Now we have a new channel that looks to be forming, probably between we'll say 3,000 and the 2,500 range. So we're at that point. Hopefully we curl back up because this seems to be a level of support for Google. But I think long term this could be good, and if we get back to our highs of 3,000s, that's that's a pretty decent gain. Next up here is a kind of a spec company, Honest. I know Jeremy from Financial Education loves this stock. He's a big proponent of it for long term. They're kind of like a Procter and Gamble, but for more natural and holistic type products. That's like the company you could look at a little bit more if you so choose, but they're downtrending. They're at the lowest they've been in a while. It's looking pretty good, and this is a very long-term play, in my opinion. So if you do want to hold it for a while, this would be maybe the time to get in. Next up here is Mara. This is a level of support here around this $20. We've seen it back over here as well. So I'm hoping that it holds around the $20 range. We see highs of like 82. Mara is a Bitcoin mining company. So as Bitcoin goes up and down, Mara follows with it. As you know, Bitcoin seems to be taking a bit of a tumble right now. And you're seeing that in the stock too. So I would just watch it though. Long term, I think this is a great company. Next is NNDM. We're kind of riding this $3 range over here, using it as support. This uses nanotechnology. They do like 3D printing type business. Very futuristic, very speculative, but I believe in them for the long term, and it's worth throwing some money in my opinion. We've had highs of 9, we're down to 3. So this is another one I'd watch. NVIDIA reaching a very interesting level here. This is a semiconductor company similar to AMD, which we saw. It has pulled back down. We have highs of 346, and we're looking at 220 now. I think that this could be good long term, so I'm going to be watching that. Power company, Power, PWR, Quanta Services. This is a construction company that deals with electric. They're a little bit oversold, so if you do have a position, you may want to consider trimming it. It could run up more based on the MACD. Looks like it's curling upwards, and there is a lot of hype around electric and anything that's related to electric, so you may want to ride that wave for a little bit. Just be careful. Next up is STX, a technology company. They continue to fall. This is a weird one because there's really no precedent. There's not a lot of data points for any range, but if you wanted to look at where we are right now, we can kind of see the bottom might be around this 78. We're at 83 now, so it could potentially fall a little bit, and the trend seems to be moving down, but I think long term this might be a good place to buy. TTCF, Tattoo Chef. We've now reached below this level of support around the $10 range, and we're currently sitting just under 10 at 997. The RSI is reached, oversold, so I do like that. I like it a lot. MACD looks like it's moving downwards, though. It doesn't look like it's trying to consolidate. So if you do believe in this company long term, or you have a high cost basis, it might be worth starting to pick up shares now and kind of follow it as it falls down. Next up here is Upstart. Looking similar pattern, moving sideways, slightly downwards. We've reached a nice level of support. Hopefully we bounce off. Next is VLDR. This is a spec company that uses LiDAR technology for like autonomous vehicles. This is a great level of support here around this $2 range, which is where it is now. It's just slowly kind of moving sideways, or it's slightly downward, but I think that long term they're another good company. VYGVF, Voyager Digital, cryptocurrency brokerage. They continue to move down, and they're the lowest it's been in a while. There is no real level of support at this point, so it's kind of just trending downwards. But if you believe in cryptocurrency, I think that this is one that may be something to watch. Corn, this is the ETF or ETV for corn. Very oversold with everything going on in Russia. If you have profits or if you've been trading this one, just watch out. Looks to be a little bit overextended. Next one up here is HUT. This is for cryptocurrency mining. We've seen highs of 16, and we're currently at 4, and we're at a good level of support. So we hope to hold that. This follows the crypto market, so this could be another play as far as crypto is going. And I think that's about it. We rushed through a bunch of them. There is some more on the list, so if you guys comment below, I could maybe just put them in the comment section, the other ones that I'm watching. But Let me know what you guys think. If you got anything out of this, if you see anything cool that you might want to track going forward, like and subscribe, leave a nice comment, and I'll see you guys on the next one.